Hello, hello, can you all hear me? The audio was like a mess last time, so I don't even know if I fixed it. Loud and clear? All good? It's not too low, it's not too low all around, it's not overpowered by the music, it's all good? Alright. Sounds good. Hopefully sounds good. But sounds good like it sounds good. Also, damn, why is everyone so excited about this chapter? Like I can usually gauge whenever I haven't seen anything in the chapter. Like all I've seen is the title, because I had to go look at the wiki to get the the art for the thumbnail. But like it's like Howler Company intervention or something like that. I didn't really see it, but like I could tell from like the general vibe of people asking me when the stream was going to be on not Twitter, on Discord, that like people are really excited about it, which is interesting. I wonder what could possibly happen to evoke that kind of reaction. I wonder if Rohan's back. Maybe Rohan's back. That's why everyone's freaking out. Just gonna give it a bit of time so that people can pile in, because I kind of didn't say when I was gonna be doing this in advance, because I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do it today, but we're doing it today, so. Let's see how it goes. Predictions for this chapter. I feel like we're gonna see Howler again. I feel like now that we're pretty much done with Glory Days and that girl's Bag's Groove, we're gonna move over to Howler and whatever that stand he has is, because ultimately I don't think he's going to be the main antagonist of the arc. I think we're gonna like move in chunks, going from like more overarching antagonists from piece to piece. Could be completely wrong on that, but that's the kind of current vibe I'm getting. We're gonna have like multiple demos instead of one major overarching antagonist. What else? They have the what's it called? The documentation owned by the bank for the deeds to the Howler land. I think they need to like do something to formalize the fact that they're in ownership of it now, which means we're gonna probably get a lot of stuff relating to the quote-unquote mechanisms of how that works, and like land property and stuff, and transferal of ownership between, as far as it goes for like the government acknowledging it. What else? What else? And I remember like towards the end of the last chapter, like the discussion kind of like leaned towards whether Lulu, I think her name is, Bag's Groove's owner, whether she would end up joining the team, because she kind of like gave off that impression to some people, and I'm warming up more and more to the idea of it. And if that's the case, I could see her coming in direct conflict with Howler within the next couple of chapters, so that might be interesting. But, you know, anything could happen this chapter. Will hopefully I like it as much as everyone else seems to. How long have we been going? Let's give it another minute and then I'll jump into things. What music should we put on the background for this? I have no idea what kind of vibe the chapter is going to give off, so I'm not entirely sure. probably not gonna be another round of metaphor music considering that got claimed last time, but we can do. Oh, you know, it'd be funny. Let's go with that one. Yeah, there we go. How's this work for you all? Is this good for the chapter? Alright, cool. It does kind of give the crime syndicate kind of vibe going for it. Alright. Is it time to get started? Have enough people seen the stuff going? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Possibly. Oh shit, I opened up my GitHub. Alright. I think we're good. I think we're ready to go. Alright. Let's start. Howler Co. impropriety suspicions. That's what I was trying to remember. Okay. Also, chapter 21 already. That's... We're getting close to like being possibly like 25 or so, like a quarter of the way through the JOJOLands, which is pretty nuts, I gotta say. Hold on, let me just get this looking good on my end. Alright. Let's go. Also, all the new art that we've gotten from the magazine release and the new volume release and now this Ultra Jump cover, top tier. That's like been some of my favorite art from the JOJOLands so far. Just awesome posing, just all around. Such great colorization and yeah. And this is just like the volume release, like a manga version of it that's pretty good. I love like Araki just redraws the whole thing every time, which is insane to me because I've been doing a lot of art stuff for myself for the game I'm developing, and I have had to redraw like the same couple of things like at least a dozen times at this point, and it is maddening for me, so I don't know how he does it so consistently. The reckless folks standing together. Alright. Also, JoJo Day in April. Steel Ball Run finally coming, finally getting into the new continuity. Alright, let's go. Oh, it's Joshu. Alright. From the Dolphin Bank office. So is this like... Is this beforehand, or did he recover afterwards? He's got a little mini golf thing going on. That's funny. Yum. Damn, this is good. Clicking away. Oh, the desk photo. Ah, alright. I'm really sorry about this. Sorry. I know this is just totally out of the blue, but I've got to take a business trip to the mainland. But we had plans to go see the with the kids to see a movie, then go to a Chinese restaurant in Waikiki to eat shark fin with Chinese midden crab in it. I don't know what any of that is. Do we have to cancel that too? I know shark fin stuff is supposed to be rare because it's like it's like poaching and stuff like that, regulations or something like that, but rich people shit, alright? We'll leave it at that. There's an emergency happening at the company, I'm afraid. I'm gonna be gone for 4 days, maybe a week. I'll text you. Oh, I suppose there's no helping it then. Okay, I'll forgive you. Just say the usual magic words to me, okay? OMG, I'm late? Oh, we're like 2 pages in. You're good. We just started. Magic words. Say the usual, otherwise I won't forgive you. The usual. Let's see. Okay. Okay, the same thing happened with Usagi. Let's not jump to rock humans immediately. The Bags Groove involved this. Usagi was like cracking up too. Let's not jump to conclusions. Let's not jump to conclusions. I love you, honey. Maybe that. No, my nether regions pointed the other way, you bitch cat. You're acting so strangely today. What happened? Oh, wait. Could that be Charming Man? Because Charming Man breaks up and then he can disguise his face? It throws me off a bit because, like, this guy looks way shorter than Charming Man, but I think that might be it if he's, like, not familiar. My nether regions pointed the other way, you bitch cat. Excuse me, Division Chief Yokohama. There's a guest in the lobby here to see you. Okay, I'll forgive you. I'll text you then. Go get him. And your flight reservation, do you need an assistant? No, I'll go myself. That incident and the shooting at the hospital sounded awful. Yes, indeed, but I only went to get some stomach medicine. The pharmacy was at a different location. I didn't even know there were any gunshots. Oh, those are my relatives' What the hell is this? Alright, so I think it is Charming Man. They're like infiltrating the building. Oh, those are my relatives' kids. I'm gonna go show them around a bit. I'll be right back. The face Usagi has going on. Looks like I'm a pretty excellent bank employee, as it turns out. You're given some pretty significant power when you're in business management. So those guys are the CEO and the COO or whatever. I got orders directly from the bank's chief executive officer. Make sure you don't mess up collecting from Howler. Aye aye, sir. Charming Man, did you change the security passcode? Without a hitch for our use. We need to do prep work, huh? Now where Howler will be depositing his assets will be our bank account. Ah, Division Chief, you got dust on your shoulder. It's very interesting to see them taking the initiative on this, right? Because like you think they wouldn't need to with how the lava rock works. Like maybe what they're thinking in their heads is, okay, we can either wait for it to slowly bring all this wealth over to us, which it may take who knows how long to do, or we can take the initiative and help it along with us like kind of altering the flow, you know? Maybe that's what they have in mind right now. Alright, I'm back here with I still don't. Merome. I still don't know how to pronounce it at this point, sorry. Was that a phone? A ledger, maybe? And some documents? And then we have Dragona's chest piece with the rock underneath it. Merome key? It's key? Key or chi? Alright, whatever. She has like such a, I don't know if it's like something with just like her build is very similar to early Funny Valentine, but she has like Funny Valentine aura about her, you know? She? Alright, Merome she. You shitty little girl. You ever seen the show Walking Dead? The zombie one? We're gonna grind you down to mush, you got that? We're gonna crush you until there's nothing but a mushy red pulp. It's because you that my brain stopped for a bunch of minutes. You're dead meat. Alright, so Araki was like, alright, I finished watching Breaking Bad. What else is on this network that I'm gonna get a similar level of quality, you know, kind of like that very story focused live action thing. Then he watched The Walking Dead and he was immensely disappointed because it's not nearly as good. Anyway. Alright. One heel kick and your brains will be mushy paste on the ground. Did he just kick? It's like a chair. Or is he just like kicking into the air? She said to sit down, so you really should. Did Jenny just like offer a drink and then when she didn't take it, he just had it himself? That's funny. Look at her, she's so pouty. In like the bottom right panel. Araki kind of like draws most children the same in like this later art style, so like every time I see her I just think she's Tsurugi for a second. Cause like that whole facial structure just looks exactly like I can even point to this bottom right panel and I'm like, this looks like the bit of Tsurugi where he is on the cover of a chapter with Jobin and Josuke, I believe, where he's just kind of like standing there and he's kind of just like, he looks like just a creature. Just kind of looking away. This child's name was Lulu-chan. Lulu-chan, eh? And you're 11 years old? Fraud and tax evasion have a jail sentence of up to 5 to 10 years. Something like that is something like that if it's a first criminal offense. Generally speaking, it's 10 years. Would it be the same for like a juvenile though? But letting you stay at this place is costing me nearly $30,000 a day in expenses. The boutique is closed too. And if now some police or somebody finds this room, that'll mean it's a serious crime. Meanwhile, you're saying that the only water you'll drink is San Pellegrino, and how you don't like mangoes, and how you want us to feed you fatty marbled Wagyu. Ugh. Who's saying that? Is that Paco? And then that bank employee, Yokohama, that we've been sleeping in the back room is costing me $2,000 a day to pay for his medicine and life support systems. And same thing, if he's found, I'll be fired as principal. My husband would probably divorce me too. And I've got quite a happy household, I'll have you know. Alright, I think this is just one monologue of Merome. But Lulu-chan, you'll get out eventually. And you want the number of days until then to be as short as possible, right? So answer me properly. About Howler. Have any of the people here's faces What is the perspective on this panel? She's not like, she's like closer to the camera, right? Because like she is just huge in comparison. It looks really weird. Have any of the people here's faces or any information about them been leaked to him? Or do you really think they're all likely to? Bobby Jean is gone. The smartphone is there. I'm the only one who knows about you all. But someone probably witnessed what happened in the hospital, right? No need for you to worry about that. Next, I'd like to ask about the lava rock. This. Was Howler looking for this lava rock? Since before. For a long time now. No. This started out as just a job to find the people who were browsing the deeds. He gave me a sudden call and said to make sure we recovered it and brought it to him. He said you definitely ought to be in possession of something resembling a lava rock. It sounded important, like he realized something all of a sudden. And as it turned out, we really did have it after all. Okay. This bag was transported here by the lava rock's rule. The lava rock is our ally. We can be completely certain that the $50 billion worth of Hawaii land is on its way here. Even if we just take a nap, all that value will eventually make its way into our hands. But on the other hand, somehow, Howler knows about the existence of the lava rock, and he's become aware of the fact that his fortune will soon disappear. That means that right now, Howler is frantically trying to figure out who we are, as well as where Lulu-chan disappeared to when she left the hospital. I guarantee it. Alright, everyone, let me explain how the real world works to you. Whenever you corner a rich person, they will quite easily use violence as a currency. You could say that's their specialty. Even if at first glance they're just trying to get their money back or doing a peaceful deal, greed never ends with just something pleasant like that. They'll settle it with violence. The most important thing is, ultimately, to not be followed by anyone. The longer this drags on, the far more dangerous it gets. We need to make the time this goes on for to be 7 days. It's just as JoJo says, what we do now is collect the money from him. All of it. Strip a rich person of everything they've got and you render their body and mind powerless. The Hualalai Northern Slope. Our time to collect it is 7 days. I'll keep you posted on the plan. Okay, alright. This I think supports what I've been trying to like establish here, where like once they've collected the money from our like antagonist characters, our walking money bags essentially, they don't matter anymore, right? We're just trying to accumulate more and more, and once the money is transferred over to JoJo's gang, these people basically can't touch them in any way, and we kind of like progress along the sequence. Yeah, this is pretty much like in line with how I've been seeing this so far. We're like trying to develop a method for like the characters to keep going up and up and up, and like coming up against like antagonists with kind of like gradually more and more revenue, just to increase the number more and more. It's very interesting how like we're basically treating violence as a currency. That's very... I mean, it's true, but like, in the context of the story. Ooh. Collect. How? Who the heck are these people? Him and his damn broth. Like, what the hell? Why is he doing this right now? What the heck? Hey, asshole! Don't stop! What the hell are you doing? Go! Move the car! Don't stop here! Go underground, you simpleton! You're fired! Your job as a driver is done! You're dead meat! Just disappear from the world! I'm gonna make sure you're totally unemployable from now on, moron. This is scary. Hello? I want to buy up this road immediately. I don't want this thing to be the state road or anything like that. Make it a Howler Co. roadway. Is he just like spiraling right now? Screw you, Howler! That was a great page turn. Get out of Hawaii, asshole! Hey, he's in there with a lover! Give me my money back, you dumb asshole! Drag Howler out of here! Fuck you, torture him till he's dead! Oh, that was great. I love the buildup of like it feels like the same shit as when he was on the plane, and then you just turn the page and he's in the middle of a massive protest. That land on the north slope of Hualalai on the island of Hawaii, which was just lent to them by the royal family 54 years ago. The Howler family used their deep connections with the munitions industry to illegally acquire it. This was done during the generation of the grandfather of Mr. Acca Howler, age 42. You see, this is kind of inaccurate because if this was the real world, you know, the news wouldn't be reporting on this, and they would be, you know, treating the general populace that's protesting as violent criminals and people just trying to get in the way. And yeah. Hey, you media bastards are smearing me. Don't say it was done illegally. That's totally groundless. Don't you assholes go scribbling out an article. Howler's opened that door. Kill that asshole. Don't you assholes go scribbling out an article without an ounce of proof. Rip that Howler bastard limb from limb. There's been reports that the state government is going to seize the North Slope. But if that happens, it'll mean Howler Co. will be on the road to But if that happens, will it mean Howler Co. will be on the road to bankruptcy? I've never heard anything about any of these shitty rumors you're spouting. It's just a bunch of false rumors. You're the press. Go get some actual evidence before you start making accusations. But that will never happen, because there ain't any. Oh, Howler's running. Cameras. Capture his fear-stricken face dripping with sweat. The viewers will take it as him using. Damn. Howler's son, my son, my son. He lost both his arms and legs with the weapons you made. He suffered until death. Howler's son. Screw off. I didn't make any of those weapons, you shitty old bag. Don't answer them, Howler's son. Just ignore them. Damn. This is good. This is so un-JoJo. Like when do you ever see the populace in JoJo like interacting with the characters like this? This is fun. I like this. Mr. Howler has no comment. No comment. Howler Co. is a water infrastructure company. What the heck? Who even are you? I'm a lawyer. You hired me. Was that Charming Man? Folks, don't come in. Everything past those shrubs are Howler Co. property. Anyone intruding against the owner's will shall be arrested and have a prison sentence of 3 years or less, or a fine. Sacks of shit. What the hell is this shit? Why is there all this commotion going on? I'm the 8th generation since my ancestors drifted here from Italy. They go A, B, C, D, and if you keep counting, I'm 8. Is that why his name is Howler? Acca Howler? Cause H? So my name is H, but with the Italian print. Rocky! That's so dumb. That's so stupid. He has an H collar? The Hualalai North Slope is our land. We got permission from the royal family. It's been like that for generations. These riffraff need our slopes, water veins, and have for generations, and this is how they act. Now they're shouting at me to leave Hawaii, the place I was born. Those lowlives. Ooh, new stand user group. New stand user group. I find it interesting. I find it interesting that this month JoJo magazine was the cover was the execution squad, La Squadra, and now we're getting a new antagonist squad. Interesting. It doesn't really matter. What really matters. Okay. Creepy Blackmore. Fury. W key. The W stands for Wombo. If Howler Co. loses all its money and goes bankrupt, that would be a problem. There are rumors that the state government's working to make the seizure of the North Slope a certainty. Who are you guys again? Did I hire you? Imagine he just has so many stand users on payroll. I'm sorry, we don't know for certain that these are stand users. We know for certain that they're stand users. Anyway, I already introduced myself earlier, but yes, you hired us. I'm Key West. What is that a reference to? I can't think of it. I feel like I've heard that before. Lame Shabang. She's a police officer. It was just like... makes me think about the Stone Ocean, like... That's not a police officer. I'm sorry, that's not a prison guard, that's not a police officer. What's her name? Jill Haslok from Stone Ocean. Mew Mueller or something? Reminds me of her for some reason. And he's Ningbo, a firefighter. Agent Bobby Jean has died, and he was our friend too. Mew Mew, that's it. The scene, like I know that like a main antagonist doesn't have to be threatening, but like I don't understand why people think he's the main antagonist. I really don't. Like, just look at this guy. Like, he's lost. I'm not saying it's impossible, but like, it's strange to me that everyone jumped on it. Well, who knows? I've been wrong. Could be wrong again. He's so soggy, yeah. The scene of the incident was Pearl General Hospital. We went to look at Bobby's corpse just a short while ago, but we have no idea what the cause of death or murder weapon was. Spots all over the hospital were soaking wet, and there was no evidence left behind. Well, one, that tells me that, like, whatever Jodio produces is actually kind of similar to real water, and it doesn't disappear once he disappears, which is interesting. What's more, even the direction Bobby was attacked in was not clear from the state of the corpse. It went from the top of Bobby's head down to his throat. You know what, I take it back, that's definitely a police officer. In other words, this was a stand user, as in the culprit, or possibly culprits. All of the bullets that were in Bobby's possession were shot all over the scene. Who was he pursuing? I'd like to know. What in truth was Bobby investigating? He wasn't just following some simple bothersome reporter or person who happened to browse the deeds. You gave Bobby permission to kill, did you not? You said you're a lawyer, right? Come here for a minute. Listen here. I expect only professional work from all of you. Do you know Lulu-chan? She was with Bobby in the hospital, but she disappeared somewhere. This enemy took her with them. Find her. I want you to use your skills to seek her out and Lulu, and I'll pay you a reward. I have no inclination of talking to you all about what Bobby was doing. There's no need for you to know that. Your job is only to protect Howler's interests. This kind of reminds me of... I forget what it is. It's like some kind of ocean plant? Maybe worms, but it reminds me of like that like pinkish thing in like coral reefs. They kind of like intertwine. Not really not like seaweed. It's like a pink thing. I don't know. Anemone, maybe. Yeah. What the hell is it doing? It seems there's one even in this hallway. Even if they try to hide it, there is a location of someone who is afraid. Well, no. We'll find Lulu-chan, or possibly the culprit. They'll be making a map with a location, you see. Momentarily. Those things that Lim Shavang has purposely stuck to her sunglasses and is raising as pets. Nematodes. Nematodes! The nematodes, they're right next to fungi on the biological tree, and for some reason they can sniff out the scent of stress in living creatures. Chad, is that true? Chad, is that bullshit? Chad, is that true? Can nematodes smell fear? Can nematodes smell that I'm afraid? Chat? Alright, come, gather. They make a map of the sense of those that are afraid. Because those that are afraid, they're the ones that lose. Howler-san, you best not fear or cower. The final boss would do well to be broad-minded and imposing. We shall protect you after all. It feels a bit too on the nose to say final boss, but alright. Maybe he is the main antagonist. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't care enough at this point. We just got a whole introduction. Yes, speaking of which, there's one thing I forgot to mention, Howler-san. There were no images in the hospital cameras, and Bobby Jean's smartphone disappeared somewhere. But we have a record of Bobby's search history. This happened a moment just shortly before he died. It seems he accessed the Army Force's military records and looked someone up. Paco Laborantes, a resident of Honolulu, age 19. A clue that Bobby left behind. Alright. Key West kind of looks like K. I was getting that vibe too. I just didn't think like I think it's the what's it called? The eyeliner. The kind of eyeliner that K kind of gets towards the end of JOJOLian. K is back in West form. Alright. Huh. That was... I don't know what to think about that chapter. It has a different vibe than we've gotten from chapters previously. It didn't feel like we got too much accomplished, but at the same time, it kind of needed a bit of space between the previous arc and this one. I'm excited to get more information on Paco because he's kind of an enigma, you know? We don't know too much about him, and I feel like he's the one that can most use the characterization, so that's nice. Alright. Let's change this up a bit. Sharp. That's different enough, I guess. Alright. I don't know where to start with that. Let's start by getting our antagonists up. Let me just grab. Is there any clean page that just shows them? There's a few that kind of show them. Yeah, here we go. So we got our new arc antagonists, and I wonder if they're I'm gonna be real, so far not really messing with the designs on these guys so far. They're kind of like I don't know, maybe they'll grow on me, but yeah, I don't know. It kind of looks like just cutting and pastes things that we've seen before in weird ways. They're definitely inspired by some high fashion that Araki saw recently. That's every character. Like that's a foregone conclusion. I don't really like raincoat guy with the pinpoint pupils. He's a bit odd. What's the middle one's name? Something Shabang? Lam Shabang. Then we go back to Paco's picture. His ear is bitten off. Huh. Is it usually bitten off? If it is, I can't say I noticed before. definitely bitten off. Hold on, let me grab a comparison shot. It's turned away there. Turned away. It's hard to see. Does he usually have it covered by the bandana? Oh right, it was mentioned in the first chapter. Yeah, I remember that now. If you look closely at the panel you have pulled up, you can see Key West has an earpiece in. So she does. That could just be a part of the outfit and she's not actually like communicating with someone, but possibly not. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, or maybe it could just be a part of the ear, actually. Not necessarily an earpiece. I find it very strange that Howler doesn't apparently remember hiring them. Makes it seem like they're working for someone else who also just wants Howler's money. Just because two characters are both rich doesn't mean they're necessarily loyal to each other. And in fact, I'd say that they probably aren't very loyal to each other if they're both rich. Someone said that they're named after. Hold on, let me check the game. Maybe it has some answers. They're named after cities? Naim Shabang is a Thai port city. Ningbo is a Chinese sub-provincial port city. Are they all port cities then? And Key West is a Floridian city. Alright, that's... Okay, I think that's where I remember it from then. Because Key West definitely sounded familiar. Yeah, all waterfront cities. Interesting theming there. It probably doesn't mean too much because like the rock humans were all named after, at least towards the beginning, they were all named after mountains and they just stopped being named after mountains at some point. I think after Dolomite, they stopped being named after mountains. I'm curious if these guys will have subordinates who are also stand users, because these guys come off as mid-bosses before fighting Howler. Probably not. I would say that these feel like they feel like direct opposition in the same way Bobby Jean did. Because if you think about it, like they're all public servants or something. One's a firefighter, one's a lawyer, and one's a police officer. And I think Bobby Jean was also a police officer, or at least he worked with police officers. I forget, what was he actually employed as? He's an investigator. He's like a detective or something. Yeah, so they're all like law enforcement, public service, something like that. Yeah. The stands might be related to water then. Nematode Lady has a stand related to the ocean. It'd be very interesting if this was a sort of clash situation, which all three of them have different stand abilities, and they kind of work together with those abilities. And so we kind of have more of a... I hope they're not all individual... What's it called? All like individual fights, and they all work as a team, because I have been loving the fact that we're getting more large group stand battles. Like we had the main group against Lulu and Bobby Jean in the last arc. Then before that we had things like Cat's Eyes, and it feels... It's a nice escalation of complexity, basically, after so long of having so many like focused one-on-one battles across JoJo. I'd be interested if like they kept if Araki kept the whole thing of like trying to basically make team death matches. What else is there? This is so goofy. Like what made Araki put this in? So dumb. They have an interesting relationship, at least. So we have Charming Man. I think like the whole point of this discussion with Muromeichi is we're kind of like, by putting a time limit on how much, like by putting a time limit on this whole thing, we kind of ensure that they have to be proactive in kind of guiding the money to them. Otherwise, like in the process, there's going to be more and more problems, you know? This whole deal. I'm honestly like, not that it was a bad chapter, I think it was a really good chapter, but I'm not sure I understand why people were getting so excited over it. I could see it as being like maybe mostly the protest stuff, because that's kind of feels a bit real right now, you know, in general. I adore how suddenly, like, you turn the page and then you just see this right in front of you. That's great. It's so sudden. New characters and more Howler, I guess. Oh my god, this shit. Okay, I'm usually one to be like, find Araki's like on the nose writing a bit more charming than frustrating. But I mean, this might be a bit much for me. This might be a bit too much for me. Like, I don't think you have to explain the reasoning for this. That's a bit silly. You could have had like the same thing and just kind of like implied it. But it's a bit dumb. It's a bit dumb. Also, very convenient that he's the 8th and he's Acca and he's the one we're fighting, and the company is called Howler. So he's the H of Howler. Anyway, I'm wholly obsessed with how ridiculous his family must be to do that. It's rich people shit. Rich people do that shit all the time. Have you seen Elon Musk's kids? Those poor people. Not poor as in like, just poor them. She really just explained his name for no reason to nobody. Yeah. Yeah. Howler loves to reinstate every few minutes how important and cool he is to calm himself down. Honestly, I kind of love that part. Like, that's fun. This is like something about this whole sequence of events is kind of very awkward. Like there's definitely something up with the three new antagonists, you know? Like, I don't think that they work for Howler. I think they're working for someone else. Like, it's very suspicious how out of nowhere they just show up and Howler isn't familiar with them, even with like all the rich asshole shit where like he couldn't be bothered to remember his hired stan users. Like, even then, it's still very odd. Honestly, at this point, I think it would be hilarious if Howler doesn't even die to Jojo's gang and he just gets killed by a random civvy, not even related to stand fighting. That'd be incredible. It'd be very funny. Seems like this is part of some sort of mercenary group. Yeah. They're a lawyer, a police officer, and what was the last one? A firefighter. Imagine getting killed by a port city. I just gotta say, I find it funny how, like, we've had 3 different police officers over the course of the JOJOLands so far, and the first 2 were the molestation cops, the Team Rocket of molestation, who just like sexually assaulted Dragona, right? Then we had the woman posing as a college student and trying to seduce a child, right? And then we had Nematodes. Nematode lady. Like, who's hiring these people? How do you find these sorts of people? Like, never mind whether they're qualified for the job or not. How do you find these people? Anyway, I don't think I have that much to say about this chapter, to be honest. Like, I'm just trying to sit here and think of what to say, and like, I've got nothing. This is just like, yeah, this is what we're doing. This is what we've been doing. We kind of need to accelerate here. Yeah, just kind of like reconvening with Melmechi and kind of introducing our new antagonists who are going to be important later. Nematodes, and then we're good, you know? Can we talk about Usagi? I mean... he's kind of going nuts here. I think he did kind of get some brain damage after. Nah, he was always like this, let's be real. It's possible the brain damage did last though, and he didn't just shake it off. Threatening a child. I mean, it's a child that gave him the brain damage, but you know, still threatening a child. Could be Fury, it's a Prince song. Oh yeah, we should guess the names of these antagonists. The stand names at least. Because I doubt the stands are going to be named after port cities too. The sun with the W on it. Fury by Prince, possibly. I haven't heard that Prince song. I'm not gonna be able to play it here because it's gonna connect to my desktop sound, and then the VOD is going to be taken down if I do that. But yeah, I'm going to guess that this group, their stands are going to be named, and hear me out here, from left to right: Catch the Rainbow, Born This Way, and then Fury. What do you think? What do you think? I have no idea, to be honest. Like, it'd be interesting if they were other Bruce Springsteen songs. Like, I could see Araki trying to like theme them all around Bruce Springsteen, but Bobby Jean was also like, his name was Bruce Springsteen themed, so maybe it's just him. Brainstorm. Yeah, that's the last one. Brainstorm. Perfect. I feel like he's going more obscure, especially since Prince is reserved for good guy main characters. I mean, can't necessarily say that. Like, Rocky uses whatever he wants whenever he wants. Imagine the firefighters just, his stand name is just Firestarter, and we have to go back to the drawing board on Creamstarter's name reference. That'd be funny. What could it be? He has a... What is that hat? Is it just a fire? I think it's just a fireman hat. A funny name for the firefighter would be "We Didn't Start the Fire." Maybe. I feel like there's more going on with these guys than lawyer, policewoman, firefighter, and it'd be like too soon to guess based on that. But you know, maybe not. Maybe they're just lawyer, policewoman, and firefighter. You know, I kind of feel like Key West looks more like the police officer than the police officer does. Honestly, the firefighter looks more like a police officer than the police officer does too. Do you think the nematodes are a stand or just a JoJo thing? I think it'd be very funny if the nematodes are related to the stand, but they aren't like being controlled or created by them. It's just that she uses the nematodes to like take advantage of the stand, and she just has nematodes. Maybe. Who knows? Could be. Who knows? A Sky High situation, something like that. Yeah. Alright, I think I'm done. I really don't have much else to say so far. Like, I'm sure these antagonists will be interesting once we see more of them, but like right now, I have nothing to say about any of them. I'm not really like feeling their design so far. They'll grow on me. They usually do. But yeah. Alright. Thank you all for coming. Hopefully, same time again next month. Yeah. What is this? What would it say? My nether region's pointed the other way, you bitch cat. I guess they have a good relationship at least. Alright. Anyway, see you all.